Great. I just also realized I was not working on my mic. Shooting without having my mic on. Great. I guess you guys enjoyed just listening to the music. What's going on, Waylon? I'm glad right now it's a test live rather than an actual live. Things I gotta deal with. Mic problems, camera problems, mechanic problems, dice toss problems. Jeez. It's like one thing after another. What's going on, Waylon? I appreciate you coming. Thank you very much. Oh, I had to redo a system that you might find interesting, by the way. So hope you take a look at it and enjoy that a little bit. It's a little bit nuts. It's not very simple, that's for sure. Okay. Hate the way it's shot. I need to do better at my shooting, but 213. It is what it is. Still a pass line. That was a little high. That was not low at all, which I need to be careful. That was like a 5-foot toss. No, not 5 foot. Hey, Mike, what's going on? It's not 5 foot. It was like a 7-inch high toss. So what was the result? 325. Focus tossing. Oh, that's high. I need to be careful with the height on that, on the release. Not pretty. Just gonna continue tossing. And it's just, stream has been weird today. It's a little bit better. Alright, that's a 5, you guys. So I'm gonna pull this back up. Ah, that was a 5. Saw it on the monitor. It was actually a 5. 6-5, yo. I'm trying to get box numbers, which is kind of hard to do right now. I'm just like using the same set over and over and over just to make sure like what conditions on my toss is being a little inconsistent before I have consistency. So I'm trying to figure that out right now. Oh, that was a 3. Can't believe it did that. Rolled over. So 3-2-5. I think that's a point hit. And it's a little early in the game, showing that my SRR is 9. It's too early. So, still got more shooting to do, so bet as if I'm random. I'm just trying to fix my mechanics on my toss. And the horn is gonna love that. Horn and DP players. Here we go. Oh, at least it's a come out. So it's a pass line. 6-1. It was a little ugly. Still on the roll, 7.35. And it's still early in the game. It's high. Hate it when it's high, velocity hits the rebound. No, it's an okay result. Get you guys some time to bet. I'm just on the other hand just trying to set myself for shooting. More times I try to waste my time betting, I lose time tractioning my chances to keep shooting. Too much rolling. All right. We got people in the house. D8 was here. Blue Jay Way Kevin's here. Coffeeland was here. Of course, we got William and Mike in the house. So I just want to make sure that you guys are recognized. Thank you very much for stopping by. A little bit on the high side. We dropped it a little bit lower. But we got a 628. I think Waylon, if I'm not I'm not looking at his table, I'm guessing he's doing the 410 Baccarat maybe. It's possible with the DP. I'm starting to understand Waylon thinking a little bit here. Oh, tumble. That could have killed everybody, but I got stupid lucky. 3-2. Or unless that's the Arnold. That would be the only way if I see that. He's back to even. That has to be one of the DCs. A little too hard, but it's not as bad. At least it hit the back wall. Got ourselves a hard 4, 2-2. Ooh, scared me. I thought it was a 5. So it's a 4-2. A little bit on the off axis, a little bit. You gotta be kidding me. You're getting crapsy. Get your bets in. First thing my stream, next thing my crapsy's not doing good. Alright, y'all hurry up. I gotta get the numbers in. Strange, I'm still on the second shooter. Weird. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, I thought I killed the shooter, the second shooter, but it seems like the second shooter's still going. So let's go. Alright. 325. Let's keep going. I'm just kind of shocked right now with how long the roll is for the second shooter compared to the first. So that means I'm somewhat doing okay, and the mechanics is slowly, gradually getting there. So it means it's improving day by day, and I hope it doesn't get. I'm just hoping it stays that way. Gradual improvement. Just slow, gradual improvement. Let's keep going. I'm not gonna stop. Four. And that was a 2. 2-6. Curious what the stats right now. $31 roller. It makes sense. Where am I missing rolls? 36 rolls. 38. 38 rolls. Why is the roll count missing? Why is there a missing roll count? I'm missing 2 roll counts. That's interestingly weird. FC shooter. 34. Okay, shooter. Shooters are correct. Okay, KPI started to catch up. Okay. Okay, finally. Golly. Let's keep going. 34 rolls. Interesting. High was slightly ugly. I need to be careful with that. Got a 639. Sorry, I'm trying to breathe. Tough to keep my breathing in focus, so you're gonna hear me breathe through the mic a little bit, so I'm trying to do the best I can to compose it. That's short, but I got lucky. Short. I need to put a little bit more spin, maybe. Spin in the flick. Oh god. Really? Crapsy needs to stop having these problems. Dang it, that's not just once but twice. A little bit better. Starting to get the hang of it. We got a 4-1-5. Frontline winner. Let's keep it going. I'm not gonna think about it. Just not gonna think about it right now. Just focus on the toss. Focus on the toss and keep going. It's a roll extender. That's a come out 7. Six one. That means there's a little bit of a technical problem in my toss. But it's a come out, so I'll accept it. We're on the 8, 6-2, 8. I think we haven't hit that number in a long while. As I could tell in Crapsy, that 8 hasn't been hit in a long time. 62. Still on the second shooter. Surprisingly. I've yet to finish the roll, so I'm going to try to keep my best to continue rolling like there's no tomorrow. Ooh. And that ends it right there. Nabbit height kind of killed it, and it pitched in the wrong direction. Alright, 4-3. Alright. And I am pretty much done. I think I'm satisfied with the toss. Satisfied with the roll. So that's 40 rolls until actually 7 out. So 4-3. Alright, so what does that put me with this 40 roller? So let's take a look at some information here. First roller was a 4 roller, and the second shooter, 40 rolls, 6 points made, and I had 2 come out 7s. So, I mean, that's not enough data. 44 rolls. SRR 7.33, I don't think that's enough data whatsoever. SOR is 14.5. That's nuts. All right, let's see what the KPI has to say here. It's not a natural. It was a 7 out. 7 out. Should add the 2 more rolls in there. Doggone it. Let's see. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, it's crazy. Sharpshooter 30 to 1. Huh. All I did is hit the 4, 5, and 6. Interesting. Okay, so SRR is 7.3. And my SOR according to here is 22. Wow. But 2 reds, but the come out 7 is 3 come out 7s. Looks like I had somewhat of a repeater. Not too sure if there was. Okay, so it looks good, but it's not enough data to say that I'm in the curve, the bell curve. As of right now, Crapsy, as if we look at it, right? If we look at Crapsy right now. Oh, come on. Roll distribution, I have no aces, no midnight, and all the others in between. And then I'm heavy on the 5 and 6. 4 is not there. 10 is not there. Yo and ace deuce. Ace deuce heavy. 9 and 8 is not so much. It's my 5 and 6 is the most heaviest. And to give you an idea what dice set I'm using, so just I'm going to show you right over here. It's going to be ace. Those aces, right? Then if I stack, right, just to show you, it's going to be 2s to the left. Oh, shoot. And then diamond, 3s to the right. So ace 2 3. So basically a hard way set with aces up. So this should give you some information how to bet if I'm going to be tossing this particular toss and utilize it to y'all's advantage when it comes to betting. So the frequency, like I said, the frequency of the other numbers are pretty low. 5 and 6 are the heaviest. You want to bet according to what I'm tossing for this particular information right here now and into the future. This is what it'll look like. So me changing it up and having a proper focus on the toss is right now a good thing. So we should be able to say that this has been very, very helpful for everybody else. So I hope I see everybody next time for my tossing journey here, so that everybody is seeing what type of progress is being made for me, for you guys, what you see right in front of you. And granted, as much as I would like to bet, I am not ready to bet yet, because every time I bet, I put so much pressure on betting and not focus on shooting. And if I can't focus on shooting, I put too much pressure on everything else. And that's where I start to fall apart. That's what it seems like to me, is to just focus on shooting and stay steady, be consistent. And then once I'm in the consistency, then I could be able to progress from there and say, okay, now I could start betting, but I'm going to have to start betting little bits at a time to be comfortable betting and shooting at the same time, saying that, okay, now I feel a little bit comfortable, much better than I was before, and not being distraught of losing thousands upon thousands of dollars and not making some sort of profit. So that's the progress from here, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. So as you can see, the title is a Flea Flicker Focus. So until I feel quite comfortable with these rolls, we'll go from here. And I appreciate it, Waylon. And I just want to make sure that everybody's well prepared when I am ready for the live in February. I don't have any stream hiccups. Everything audio-wise is good to go, and everything is in proper order. I'm just trying to experiment here and there to make sure that what I'm setting up on my table is, even though it's a rig, everything equipment-wise is ready to go in what direction it is. I think I posted it not too long ago, Waylon, on my channel. It's the bunny hop strategy. You might find it pretty interesting because it does include a ladder. So it has a little bit of your thought process too. So it has my thought process and somebody else's thought process, and you might be surprised who that thought process is, surprisingly. So I'm going to include that person. That person is Vince Armenti, because actually he kind of helped me. So him, you, and me. This is kind of like a three-way collaboration in a way. So I included your ladder. I included my betting style hop with strategy that Vince Armenti kind of put together, and it's a fighter. It's a tooth and nail fighter. It's just the crazy part about this, just to give you a heads up about, is that if it does well, let's just say I'm trying to find a way to progress it, right? Progress it in a way where it can make a little bit more money. Right now, if it's at the level 1, it's barely making much. But once I see that it has a chance to make more money, adding more exponentially, this might be one of the systems that can blow a lot of bubble craps out of the water and a lot of roll to win tables out of the water, because it has hops. Now, standard tables, it's not going to be easy because it slows down the table a bit, but if there is hops, we gotta find a way to let the prop man or the stick man be able to say, hey, here's this type of bet, and then just go from there. And that's the only way to find a action enough that they understand that action. And once they understand the action of that particular bet, it'll become fluid in that flow. But right now, it's a little complicated, a little confusing. Once you take a look at it and see how it's done, it'll be almost like a light bulb going off in a way. Like I said, the only downfall is if the hops are gone, right? The only thing is you only got the horn, the NE7, and the standard hard base, which does not do very well in a way, pay-wise, because you got to find ways to have enough to cover those particular prop bets, and that's where it kind of falls apart. But if there is nothing but the hops and the horn, then it's a win-win. I'm not too sure how far deep as it is right now. It's only first 10 shooters, and right now you'll see the result. And once you see that, yeah, hop bets, you'd be surprised how this system will pull itself together. And that's how much I stress on this one, because it's kind of shocking enough that you're putting so much money at the very beginning, right? But once you start dipping in a little bit to where each level of a ladder, you try to recover the bankroll, right? When you recover the bankroll and go back to level 1, then it starts to run into a streak. Once it hits a streak, when is it to press, right? And that's where I'm kind of stuck at. Like, when do you press and start making exponential amount of money? And that right there is where I'm in a dilemma using this system, because I don't want all of a sudden show it off right away and not show just from the base and then show the recovery. And without showing the recovery and everything else, and just go from there, right? Because if you don't show recovery from your bankroll, then how are you going to be able to progress afterwards? That's where you have to find a way to recover from being hit so hard from the amount of money you're losing. And that's the caveat of this system. So, granted, if Vince Armenti, if you're hearing me, you know I haven't forgotten about you, brother. Right? So, don't hesitate to, wave back. The thing is that if you want to hit a certain win goal of 5% or 10% of your bankroll, right? So say for example, you have $5,000, right? 5%, 10%. So 5% is 250, 10% is 500, right? But it's a slow grind. That's the problem. It's a grind. Think about the numbers. Each roll, and somebody calculated it for me, and I think D8 did that. He calculated each roll is 7.5 in profit. $7.50 in profit each roll. So that's a tough grind. Very tough grind. But you're putting so much money out there. You'll see how much money you're investing in the very beginning. And then it's going to hit a little bit more. Once you see that, that's when things are going to change. And you'll be like, hold on, you're not making much money and you have this amount of money out on the table. So it's not equating to what you want. So you have to think about that. No, I get what you're saying, Waylon. But if you see the system and take a look at it, right, then you start to see what's going on with it, and you realize, oh, it's a little bit different than a normal system to get you in and out quickly within less than an hour. This one's a grind, and I'm telling you that right now. This particular system's a grind. And not only on top of that, if I see the numbers correctly, this is a way to have comp, guaranteed comp, because it's in that level. And I'm not sure if that will work. So I really don't know. The host or the boxman or whatever has to make sure that, yes, you're betting that much amount to make sure that they got you on that level, and so forth and so on. So I'm not too sure. If it comes down to it and you take a look at it, you let me know. I'll hear from you, Waylon, because trust me, it's not like any day I don't hear criticism from everybody. I just want to make sure that it's in fairness, because that's the reason why I included, you right now, is because it had a ladder system, because it has your thought process too. And the only thing I included Vince Armenti is because I also had consulted him as well. So it has collaborations all together, including what I was going to do. So it's one of those crazy things on top of everything else. Now, granted, it sounds like a copy of a certain system. And I just realized not too long ago that there was a system that was done by Tony Leo in the Progressive Sevens. I'm not using his system. His system is much different than mine. Mine covers a certain spread from a different betting style from Big AZ when it was introduced as the Bison or the International Bison. When I took that portion where it became a little bit bigger in the picture, that's when this system came to be. And that's the reason why it's one of those where you'd be surprised how shockingly good it is on the recovery. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll let you check it out, Waylon. All right, until then, you guys, keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Peace.